Now, junk food is cheap and packed with all the wrong calories, but it's a big focus for advertisers. Ads promoting junk food are everywhere, and the group most influenced by it is kids.
This week, a party pie ad came under scrutiny when an anti-obesity group complained that it breached responsible advertising to children. And it's not just here that junk food advertising is coming in the spotlight. In the UK, a cancer research survey has revealed that most Brits are calling for junk food ads to be run after kids go to bed, whenever that might be. To talk about it, let's go to our Masters of Spin, Dean Madigan from Campaign Edge and Kieran Flanagan from the Impossible Institute. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I mean, it's a huge category, right? This particular complaint against the party pie company was partially upheld. I think it said, yeah, they were marketing junk food, but they weren't necessarily marketing it to kids.
Well, we know that pest power works. I think the problem is that what we've said is, or they sort of think that kids only watch TV before 6 p.m, so they don't. So you don't advertise then, and that's fine. But we know with kids, you know, between 6 and 9 p.m, they are watching it, and that's when it gets into that kind of tricky area.
Yeah.
So obviously, kids are an easy target. Why is that, do you think?
They don't think critically about ads until they're about 12. Until the age of about 6 or 7, they actually can't distinguish between a program and an ad.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, which is why you're not allowed to use children's characters at all marketing junk food, because kids don't know the difference. And until 11 or 12, they don't understand the purpose of an ad, so they are easy targets in that way. So that's why we sort of say, no, you can't advertise to children. I
mean, Kieran, is there any empirical data that tells us that there's a direct correlation between this form of marketing to kids and the purchasing of the products being marketed?
Well, look, it's really interesting you ask. I actually did a bit of research on this myself to go, you know, it's always anecdotal. People go, oh, obesity rates are going up, therefore we must blame the advertising. Sure. But, you know, they took it away in Norway, they took it away in Sweden, and obesity rates still went up. Right. So we know that it impacts children, but to what point can we blame that? And I think the bigger question for me is, how do we know what is good for them? So if we ban it, who's going to decide what is good for them? I mean, the diet industry can't agree.
Oh, my God. Low-fat foods. For years we were told low-fat foods were healthy, and now we know they're loaded with sugar to reduce the fat. So there's this whole thing about what makes unhealthy food as well.
And, you know, where do we draw the line, right? We go, well, you know, apple...
honey.
Yeah, we can't have too much sugar. Have chocolate. Don't have chocolate. Have this. Eat carbs. Don't give them cereal for breakfast. That's really bad.
Yeah, the food industry has figured out how to get kids hooked on their products. In the US alone, they spend over $2 billion marketing to children and teenagers in a time when food-related childhood illnesses are on the rise. So is it ethical for them to market without any filters?
No, it isn't. And as in Australia, you know, we have laws, or we have regulations that the ad shouldn't run before a certain time. I reckon that we could make that a lot later and understand that children are watching it. For me as a parent, and this is anecdotal, it's the toy giveaways with food. And they found that they didn't increase pest power, and that's rubbish. As any parent knows, that toy is, for me, the thing that makes my kids want the junk food.
Certainly. I mean, there's always this ethical argument about whether it's up to parents to take the lead here, or whether the rest of society has a duty and indeed a right to control what children eat, because we end up paying for the effects of obesity, etc., etc.
Probably both.
A bit of both. But parents can just say no.
Yeah, parents.
You know, pester power, schmester power. You can say no, they're children.
Yeah, but you've got 3 kids and you're tired. Look, I get that, and I do think that we have an obligation to make sure kids are not seeing these sort of things. But, yeah, you're right. We can also turn off the TV.
I don't know. I think advertising is also a really easy target. Because if you look at Enid Blyton books, if you look at Harry Potter books, they talk about the tables laden with food and the feast and eating the frogs on the train. I mean,
lashings of ginger beer.
It's lashings of ginger beer. It's everywhere. So we blame advertising as a really easy target.
Thank you so much, ladies. Interesting chat. News time now with Talisa.